Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot, and today what I'll be doing is exploring the currents of 2026. And so what I'm going to be doing is I am going to be blending cosmic casting, which is the ancient art of claromancy, by throwing dice. It's just the practice that's been used for centuries. Dice, bones, stones, whatever tools are used for divination. And this is to interpret chances, choices, and the will of the cosmos. So I will be rolling these cosmic dice to reveal what the energies are moving around each zodiac sign. So I'll roll the zodiac dice to find out who it is that we're doing the reading for. I'll make a note of that. And then I'll also be pulling tarot cards. And with the tarot cards, we'll be able to see how to kind of work through the energies in real life using practical terms to be able to work through what's going on next year in 2026. So this is definitely a video that you'll want to save, refer back to later. Again, these are not like rigid predictions. I'm not going to say like a big event exactly is going to happen unless something obvious is showing up in the cards. This is not fixed fate, not rigid predictions. These are just awareness, really understanding what the cosmic currents are so you can move with clarity and intention. So again, my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I am available for personal readings. Just find my link in my bio there. So today I am your cosmic cleric. I'm your dice diviner, and this is going to be a ritual broadcast for navigating the year ahead. So if you're watching this live, just stay with me for your sign. If you're watching the replay, I will be breaking this down into individual zodiacs messages that you can revisit through the year. So, all right, looking at the chat. Awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin. So first, I'm going to roll a dice and see who the first reading is going to be for. Let's see what we got. Aquarius. Okay, first reading is for you, Aquarius. Right, let me make this note here. Aquarius. Okay, if you're joining us right now, I am doing prediction readings for the year 2026. Again, like I said, these are more of these predictions that are going to be considered cosmic casting, so we can see what is in the stars for us. So first we are doing Aquarius. Okay, what's up, Aquarius? Okay, so what I will do is I'm going to roll the dice. And this is the way that I do all of my readings. If you've done a reading with me in person or digitally, I will roll the dice. We'll have a planet, a zodiac sign, and a house. So I'll explain it as we go. All right. So the first one we have is Mercury. Then we have Scorpio. And then we have third house. So Aquarius, just by looking at this at first glance, I'm seeing that the big theme for your next year is really just expressing yourself, making a big transformation in that expression. Okay, so I'll go through. I have a couple different decks that I like to use to look at these. So the first one we're going to look at is Mercury. I'm going to look at both cards just because they're interesting imagery and they have different things to say. So first thing we're going to focus on for you is Mercury. Mercury is going to be our situation. Mercury is the situation that we have at hand for 2026. We can see that the words on this one, Mercury, messages. Messages, okay? And then Mercury also here on this card says think, learn, network, and communicate. So let's look at this. We have this butterfly on it. We all know what the butterfly symbolizes. That's transformation. Okay. And then we also have this imagery. And this is really like medicine. You know, the first thing that comes to my mind. Also Mercury being the messenger. You know that imagery of the messenger with the wings on his feet, that's Hermes. So these are divine messages. This is your communication. Mercury is that planet of communication. So with this here, that the main theme for you is to really look at how you are intaking information, how you're communicating information. I'm really thinking like right now is like with Aquarius yourself, like Aquarius is about I'd say like expansion, but also being able to share your gifts, share your insight. Let's see, I have these cards that I like to use as well. Let me see what it says on this one for you. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius energy. The question I wrote on the card I have here for Aquarius is, where am I being asked to think differently? So it's interesting that we have Mercury as your first card there. Thinking differently, conveying your messages differently. Okay, so then that's what we'll look at right now for Mercury. Now let's look at the rest of the message. The second that we have is, I said Scorpio earlier. That's Virgo. So, okay, Virgo. I'm going to look at the cards that we have here for Virgo too. And I know that that energy is like what's the word for it? Virgo analyzes. So like that really goes in theme with Mercury, that you're really, for 2026, is really analyzing those thoughts that you have and analyzing like what the best way to communicate those thoughts, how you can actually take those thoughts and turn that into something tangible. Because Taurus is sturdy. Taurus is an earth sign. So with that, this is like the feelings behind what we have with Mercury. So the feelings that we have behind Mercury energy, we have here the words on this Taurus card: trust, patient, and sensuality. And then on the other deck that I'm using, cultivate. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just looking at every single one of these signs, and then we're putting it together using our intuition to really understand what that theme is for Aquarius. Okay, so then we have third house. So again, that's just going back to communication, really being able to understand. I kind of feel like this is like more of all of the things that you have had for your whole life. Like, I don't know how old you are watching this, it really doesn't matter, but like this is what it's showing, that for next year, that your guidance for the next year is to really understand how it is that you're communicating, because this is the area in the life that this is going to be taking place in for you. The way that the dice are read is that we have this situation. The situation is a mercurial situation about being a messenger. And then the second cards that we look at are the Zodiac sign, which is going to be the feeling. So stability in communicating messages. And the words on this last one for third house are early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So if you are just now tuning in for the first time on my channel, that you should really check out the cosmic casting that I did for this week, actually, because I really feel like the themes that we've been seeing for this week are probably going to be playing out in all of the readings that we're doing. So right here, this is the message that we have for you, Aquarius, is 2026 is going to be is going to show different ways that you're able to analyze the information, intake the information, and then actually communicate it. So I kind of feel like there's something, Aquarius, that you have been thinking about, working on internally, about how you're able to do things differently. Like, I believe like the Aquarius that tuning in on this, like there is your vision of the world, your vision of your personal world, and you have ideas and gifts of ways that you want to implement changes. I'm really thinking of like Gandhi, like be the change that you want to see in the world. Um, but yeah, this is the time to get out of that analyzing state, because that's what we've been in with Taurus energy, is really thinking a lot about, this is how I think, this is how I communicate, these are the messages I'm getting, these are the downloads I'm getting, this is the cosmic information that keeps coming to me, the signs I keep seeing. And this really now is telling you that for the year of 2026, third house is really what you're going to want to be focusing on, is how you're communicating that. So for this, like I said, this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. So if this is resonating with you, also I want you to look at your personal chart and see what is in your third house, to kind of understand what energies are going to be helping with this year. Okay, so just to recap here, Aquarius, what we rolled for next year, we have Mercury, we have Virgo, and we have the third house. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a tarot card, and this tarot card is going to give us some more information about how to work with these energies in real life for 2026. Okay, getting a card for you, Aquarius. Okay. Card that came out, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Pentacles is how you're going to be working with this. This is working on, which actually kind of fits in here, because we have, like I said, Virgo came out, as well as yourself. You are Aquarius, okay? So Aquarius, Virgo energy is receptive. The same with this Queen. So this really kind of represents Capricorn, Virgo energy, actually. The Queen of Pentacles. They're very wise. They're loving, charming. Those are the words that we have on this card. Aquarius, this is the energy for you to adopt for this year is Pentacles. Really, that's earth energy. That is groundedness. That is stability. This is really telling you to be able to communicate with your charm, with your wit, with your mind, but also know discernment of when it's time to speak, when it's not. Like really focusing on what's practical, what is stable, because we're just working with a lot of feminine energy here, of being able to receive the messages for this next coming year, being able to receive it, and then being able to then receive it from the mind and then turn it into words, turn it into something you're communicating, doing art. That's the first thing I'm thinking of for you, Aquarius. All the Aquarius that I know are very artistic people. So yes, that's the message for you, is if you're not working on your crafts, this is the time. 2026, get crafty with it. Okay, get crafty with it, and that is how you're going to be able to communicate what it is. Like, you may not be able to change the whole world. All you can do is work on yourself, but your little piece of the puzzle, because I know that you care about the world and the environment that you live in. You just want to make your world around you beautiful. Communication. So we have here, I'll read again. Think, learn, network, and communicate. Trust, patience, sensuality. Early learning, childhood relations, the rational mind, and communication. So yeah, this is really speaking to you, Aquarius, that your theme for this year is to really tap into how you want to express yourself, how you want to express what stability looks like. I kind of feel like Aquarius tapping in here is maybe you've been thinking about doing a community art project, or some kind of like community like maybe playing music for the elderly, like something like that, like being able to use your creative genius to maybe not get like so political, but maybe more, let's do art together, let's be a tribe together. I'm thinking of like Fela Kuti. um, that song is like, we eat like we used to eat together, we sing like we used to sing together. So yeah, Aquarius, if that is you I'm speaking to, it's that's going to be your theme for next year. It's like do it in a big way, do it in a stable way. So I'm feeling like kind of reverse of what I just said. Like I said, do it in a big way. It's like make small steps to get to where it is that you want to go, with your community. So if you have an idea, don't be upset if you're not able to do the biggest part of the idea. Just start small. Start small. Just do a little bit at a time. Um, Rally your people. Make an event link. Do whatever it is. Get out your pen and paper. Start just writing it down. Don't let it live in your head. That's something with an air sign, is that is like mental energy in your head about it, really thinking that. So that's also, like I said, the Taurus showing up as the feelings behind it. Sometimes Taurus energy could be a little stubborn, because it's a bull. I mean, that's makes sense. It's a bull, but this is the time to cultivate. This is the time to grow, grow your dreams. Next year, that is your reading for you, Aquarius. Awesome. Okay, so for anyone who's checking in right now, my name's Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I am your Cosmic Claret and Dice Diviner. I am doing 2026 readings. We're doing Zodiac predictions. I'm using dice and tarot cards, and I just did that for Aquarius. So if anyone jumps into the chat and wants me to do their sign next, if you're like in a hurry, let me know. If not, I'm just going to keep rolling the dice and we'll see what comes up next. So let's see. Go ahead and roll the dice, see who the next reading's for. Sagittarius. Okay. Sagittarius, you are up. Okay, let me get this ready here. All right, so my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I am a cosmic caster with my astrology dice, as well as a tarot reader. I'm an intuitive medium reader. Whatever messages come to me, I'm somebody who delivers them for you. So, okay, Sagittarius, you are up next. All right, let's go ahead and roll the dice and see what we have. This is going to be for 2026, exploring the currents for the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, what we got here? You have Jupiter, that's your ruling planet. And then we have Aries, fire energy, and then we have the 12th house. Okay. My first thought just by looking at those is Sagittarius. You are very inquisitive. You're a dreamer. You want to see your world expand. You want to see the magic coming alive. You want to be able to perceive. That's the words for Sagittarius. I perceive. So the question I wrote here on my card for Sagittarius is, what belief or vision is asking to grow beyond its limits? So you're not limited. You're only limited by the actions that you have, because you have free will. You're able to make anything happen, but you just need to put your head down and believe it and dream it and actually put action to it. Okay, so we're going to look at the dice. Let's see the reading that we have here from the dice. So the first one we have here, Jupiter. Jupiter, abundance. Okay, and then I also have other cards that I like to look at as well for my astrology information. That's the thing with astrology, like there's a lot of information. Yes, you can memorize it all, but then we also have flashcards. We have oracle cards that help us with this. So Jupiter, grow and expand. So Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruling planet. So I know you know this energy well. This is your fire energy. Jupiter is I'm thinking like linked to Thursday. So I'm really feeling that like Thursday is the day that you're going to be able to set yourself on fire with passion for what the next chapter is bringing. And Thursday is the 1st of January. So that makes sense. I just like seeing how things correlate like this. So the message that we have here for you with Jupiter is that this is the situation: expansion, abundance. How are you going to grow your empire, your soul purpose? That is going to be the theme for this coming up year. And then with Aries coming up as the feelings and the zodiac behind it, Aries is fire energy that is all about action. So this is clear is that not only are you going to expand, but we have to take action on it. We're going to act. Here's the card for Aries here. The other card we have for Aries. This is the Astrology deck. And this one says independence, bravery, and passion. So it feels like the year is going to be for you is like running head first to those things that you're passionate about. So that's awesome. Okay, so then looking at the 12th house, 12th house is ruled by Pisces energy. So I'm feeling that this is like a big time like dreamer, like really like in inner vision, being able to see what your purpose is in your mind's eye and being able to actually act towards that, because this is the 12th house is going to be the area in your life that this is playing out in. So here we have 12th house, introspection, and then with this deck, 12th house, spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial surface, and healing. Okay. So yeah, I feel for 2026 Sagittarius that this is going to be a year of a big time of healing, of really understanding your spiritual gifts and being able to act on them unapologetically, without fear, without feeling you're crazy. Like surround yourself with community, surround yourself with other spiritual groups that can help you answer questions, help you with any kind of external insight, so you can take that home and you work on your own shadow work, your own healing, your own understanding of what is, how you're going to be able to act on your purpose. I kind of feel like the Sagittarius tapping into this might have been skeptical of your gifts, not really understanding why you get these downloads, why you have like I think of Sagittarius as like luck. Yes, you have that given luck, but you also that luck has been given because you're able to understand the patterns and the way that the universe flows. So with that, like one thing that I really noticed on this card is this cage that's open. So like that immediately made me think of, I know why the cage bird sings. So like this is really telling you to sing, like being able to, maybe not like literally, depending on like how it is that that you like to express yourself and how you feel that you have actions that you need to do, but like growth and expansion, that's your theme for this year. Growth and expansion. Being able to tap into your Jupiter energy, I'd say again for you, look at what it is that's in your 12th house. Understand like what it is that you're maybe working on healing for this year. Also looking at your nodes. Definitely if you have any questions on looking at your chart, you can reach out to me. But also there's a lot of free websites that you're able to read into that. But the message for you this year, we have for 2026, Sagittarius, Jupiter, Aries. So Jupiter is our situation. Aries is our feelings and our like how we feel about the situation, and the area that it's playing out in our life is in the 12th house. So 12th house energy, that is your karma, like kind of I feel like this is going to be like a little bit of time, like you probably have spent a lot of time of really kind of examining like how it is that you've gotten to this time and place in your life. But this is really saying that we're acting on what we know spiritually, soulfully, your purpose is. So now we're going to look at a tarot card. I'm going to look at tarot next. I'm going to pull one card for you just to see how we can use the currents that we're seeing for 2026 and how we can actually work with them with these energies using tarot. Okay, this reading right now, I'm still reading for Sagittarius. Let's see, let's get a tarot card out. Okay, here we go. King of Swords. King of Swords. Okay. This is time for you to use your mind, quiet your mind, but know that you have power in your thoughts. Take the time to really be still. Listen to your thoughts. Speak what you know to be true. I have a feeling that like once you start sharing your stories, start sharing your truth, sharing that with other people, that you're going to also understand that you're not alone. You're not alone, Sagittarius. You have a whole kingdom with you. You know, you have the kingdom within you. Now I'm thinking of that song by Parliament Funkadelic. The kingdom of God is within you. Okay, so ambition. Ambition is one of the words that's written on here. That is Aries energy as well. Your drive, your strength, your passion. So that is your message, Sagittarius, that for 2026, 2026, your message is expand your mind. Again, Parliament Funkadelic, free your mind and your ass will follow. Be able to be open to the spiritual magic that is within you. And then with that you are going to be able to really see the bravery that you have, the bravery of those people around you, just doing their gifts. Grow and expand. Okay. All right, that was the reading for Sagittarius. All right, so if you're tuning in right now, my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot, and what I'm doing is I am rolling these astrology dice so we can get a reading for everybody, all 12 zodiac signs. So far, we have already done Aquarius, and we've done Sagittarius. Okay. All right, so I'm going to be rolling for the next zodiac sign now. Again, this is not fixed fate. This is not a rigid prediction. What this is that this is casting the dice so we can understand what the currents are and we can move with clarity and intention into the new year. All right, my name is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. I am your cosmic cleric and device diviner. So let's see what we have in the currents for the next sign. Next sign we have Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, next reading is for you. All right, and if you're catching this live, I am going to be breaking this down for all signs in later time. So, but right now we're reading for Scorpio. Okay, what's up, Scorpio? All right, so let me go ahead and Scorpio, we're going to be rolling the dice and we're going to see what we have as a planet for the situation for 2026. We're going to have a zodiac sign, which is going to tell us the feelings or emotions behind the situation. And then we're going to have a house dice, which is going to tell us what area in our life this is going to be playing out in. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, you got third house, you got moon, and you also got your own sign, Scorpio. Okay. All right, so just by looking at that, intuitively, the first thing I'm thinking is you have your dreams, you have your insight, you have your visions, and this is really saying communicate, get those out, express yourself. I love that. I'm seeing a lot of third house. I did that in my cosmic casting for this week, 2 weeks ago as well. So that's the message. That is the theme for Scorpio. So first we're going to look at the moon. We're going to look at each one of these individually, and then I'm going to then piece it back together. But that's my first instinct is you got something. You got something up your sleeve. You got something that you're ready to give out to the world, and that is saying your time is next year to do that. Okay, so let's find the moon card here. Where do I have that? I thought I had all my cards in order, but I guess one of them might be missing. Let's see. It's hiding in there. It's okay. We'll go ahead with the other cards. We have the moon. Okay, the first thing with the moon. Satisfy emotional needs. Nurture self and others. Okay. That is the moon energy there. And have the other moon card with the other deck. Perception. Okay. How you see things. How you see things in the dark. How you see your emotions. How you see the way that you react to the emotions around other people. Okay. Then the next one that we have, that is Scorpio energy. Scorpio, you know, your energy is about being very factual, investigative. Let's see, what other words would I use to describe you, Scorpio? Here, let's see what it says on here. Oh, sorry, wrong card. Let's see. Scorpio. Here we go. So the card that we have for here for Scorpio, intensity, exploring, purging, renewing. Okay. And then this deck, investigate. Okay. And I feel like an investigation really works with moon energy because that's being able to see in the dark. Okay. So then we have third house, which we already looked at that earlier. Third house, that is about communication. That is about your childhood relations, the rational mind. So I kind of feel like Scorpio, this is kind of like, for me, it's feeling that this next year is going to be you really looking at discerning and transforming the way that you handle your emotions. And I feel like this might be even triggered with the way that, like, the state of the world, the state of everything that's going on in the world. I kind of feel like this is something that might be weighing heavy on you, just because you're a passionate person. You're very passionate about your friends, your tribe, yourself, the people that you represent, even the people that you're helping through their own transformations. I feel like there's a lot of, like, with all this, it's water, and then the third house is like air energy, mental energy. So I feel like there's a lot of emotional thought about, like, the things that you've been thinking about, and this kind of is asking in 2026 to actually understand that that's what the current is going to be, that there is going to be a lot of emotional things popping up, but the real message here is the situation is being able to understand your emotions, nurturing yourself. And I feel like that is like utmost, like nurturing yourself is really going to kind of work through the way that you communicate, how you are feeling, or if you're, if you feel like there's anything like blocking you from communicating, then that's going to be like a sign that you got to figure out new ways to do it. A new way to be able to kind of purge, getting out, like really understanding what those emotions are. So I feel like, yeah, for 2026, if you're not already in this phase already, Scorpio, that this is really asking you to really understand what you're feeling, to really understand, hey, is this feeling something that serves me? Like, I'm not saying don't feel your emotions. Definitely understand like where it's coming from. Investigate. Like, I feel like even with this third house is related to childhood. I feel like, Scorpio, there might be some childhood wounds that probably still live deep down in there, that you're not really, you've probably put that like on the back burner because you're more concerned with helping other people around you, helping other people through their work, helping other people create, helping. So, yeah, but really the message here is to be able to release that. So on the cards that I have here, I wrote a question here for Scorpio. What is ready to be shed to emerge truer? So there are some aspects, I'm feeling that there are some emotions that may trigger, which your emotions, those are used like for you to do your magic. So I'm not saying turn them off. What I'm saying is that, Scorpio, you, for this next year, you're really going to be able to understand, what is that trigger? What is that emotion? Why am I feeling that? And then kind of using your mind to kind of remember, okay, is this something from yesterday? Is this something from last year? Is this something from 2 years ago? Is this something from my childhood? Like, go deep down and really kind of play the mental dots to kind of figure out where that underlying emotion was. And maybe that has something to do with your way that you express yourself, the way that you communicate. So that's how this is going to be playing out in this year, is in the third house. Also look at your astrology chart to understand like what is in your third house. I'm also thinking like your Chiron. What is your wound? What is like the wounded healer is your Chiron. So really looking at that and understanding that there's something in there, because you're called to transform. You're called to be able to look at your moon. Introspection, like the words, perception and investigate. Okay, perception and investigate. I really feel like this is saying, look at the lens through which you view the world, and understand that is, everybody views the world in a different way. Just because two people might have lived the same exact experience, that you're going to perceive those experiences differently. So yeah, that's the message there for Scorpio. Let's look at tarot. Let's get a tarot card for you so we can understand how you're going to be able to work with these energies in real life for the next year. Okay, Scorpio, this is 2026, getting a tarot card for you. Okay, this card wanted to come out. That's interesting. Okay, the card you got is the Creator. And so normally in a tarot deck, there's only 78 cards. This deck by Cat Pierce, it has 2 extra cards, a yes card and a no card. So Scorpio, If you know I statements for every single one of the zodiacs, or at least you just know the one for Scorpio, it is actually I create. And this is literally saying the creator, no. So what I'm feeling is that the way that you're going to be able to work with this energy this year is being able to say no. Just because somebody says something that you're interested in doesn't mean you have to do it. You need to be able to say no. Just because someone wants to unload their emotional energy and baggage on you because you listen and you understand, you need to be able to say no. Need to be able to put your foot down when it comes to reoccurring communication related around trauma. Honestly, like that's what I'm feeling, because like this is third house is communicating, childhood related themes are on this. Childhood, relations, the rational mind, early learning. So like there's really something like purging is saying no. That's releasing it. So the theme for you, Scorpio, for 2026 is releasing, purging, saying no, and really understanding that not all communication is necessary. So take the time to understand what you're feeling, and just really live in your feelings. I really feel like you're very, because you're so passionate and you understand the depth of the emotions of the people around you, you're very empathic, that you listen. It's time to say no. Okay, that's the message for you, Scorpio. Let's get these cards up and we'll get ready for the next reading. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. My name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. Today I am your cosmic cleric and your divine dice roller. I meant to say that backwards. Dice diviner. There we go. Okay, cool. So next I will be rolling the dice for the next zodiac sign, and we will see what we have. So we're done with Scorpio. We've done Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. All right. All right, everyone, thank you for tuning in. My name is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. I'm your cosmic cleric and dice diviner. I am rolling astrology dice so we can get the signal shifts and predictions and themes for the year ahead for 2026. Let's go ahead and roll the dice and see who the next reading is for. Gemini. Awesome, Gemini. Okay, let's get this set up. I'll write your name up here so we know who we're reading for. Gemini. Aquemini. That's the first thing I thought of if you listen to Outcast. All right, awesome. Okay, so Gemini, rolling the dice for you. Okay. 11th house. Capricorn. Mercury. Okay. We got your planet. All right, Gemini. So, intuitively, the first thing I'm thinking here is structure for your dreams, structure for your communication, discipline. Okay. Let's look at the cards that we have here. First one that we have is going to be for Mercury. So Mercury, if you're just now tuning in, I'm doing the reading for all zodiac signs. This is for Gemini. The first one that we got when we rolled the dice was for Mercury. Mercury is the planet for communication, messages, intellect. Okay, so we're going to look at the other card here for Mercury. Think, learn, network, communicate. And that butterfly, transformation. healing. Okay, and then we have Capricorn. Capricorn energy, we're currently in Capricorn season, and this is a reading for the beginning of the year, so this totally makes sense that you're going to get this Capricorn energy, helping you understand what it is that you need to plan and focus on for this next coming year, how you're going to achieve your dreams, how you're going to have the discipline. I feel like having that structure and discipline at the beginning of the year is really going to help you and really know how to manage your time, how to manage your planning. So the words that we have here for the Capricorn is achieve. And then this Capricorn card we have, it says, look at the pictures first. You got roses coming out of a heart, and then the time. Okay, ambition, realism, and methodical steps. Okay, so how I read the dice is that first we have the situation. The situation is Mercury situation, communicating, thinking, exploring, networking, getting to where you need to go to. That just came to me. Okay, and then we have the 11th house. The 11th house is going to tell us what area in our life this is going to be playing out in. When it comes to the 11th house, that really is kind of like in that same energy as even the first one that we came out saying network. Because this is like your humanitarian network, your community, yeah, let's just look at the cards here. Okay, so here, 11th house. That's reaching out to your global community, your conscious community, the collective, the dreamers. Gemini, I know you're a dreamer. Okay, so your community, and then this one, we have all those birds singing together, communicating together, friends, like-minded groups, humanitarian beliefs. So I feel like this message is really very similar to Aquarius message that I had here for next year, which makes sense because you're also an air sign. Gemini, your word is I think. Communicator, friendly, very into learning, education, receiving messages, giving messages. So the theme for you this year, Gemini, is for 2026 is with all of your wisdom, all of the thoughts, all of the things that you have to share, is being able to come with a realistic plan to be able to expand that. And where is it going to expand? I feel like this is your friends circle. So Gemini, you're a very friendly person. You're known as the friendly one of the signs. So with that, Gemini, is the message for you is really be strategic of expanding your friend group. In expanding your friend group, so you have like-minded people to be able to bounce ideas off with. So first thing I'm thinking, like Gemini, if you are an artist, if you are a creator, if you're a writer, maybe there are some online groups, maybe there are some in-person groups that do what it is that you enjoy doing, and that is going to help you expand your friend group. That's going to help you. Like the first thing I thought of when I looked at this card that said like-minded groups, I really thought of this like word that I made up a few years ago, where you take kinetic energy and then we have kindred spirits. And when you put those two together, we have kindretic energy. So with that, it's like you are going to be able to share your messages with other like-minded people that maybe also have ideas, structure, planning, different ways that they achieve their communication, being able to work together with other people to actually make like real steps towards that. So Mercury's the situation. It's about communicating. The feelings behind it is making methodical steps. Like I kind of get that like as a Capricorn, that and maybe this is just me, or maybe it's a Capricorn trait. It's like we don't want to speak unless we actually have a purpose for that speaking. So we want to actually make sure that there is a reason, there's a purpose for that, so it's not just rambling on and going towards just speaking for no reason. Really having a networking mindset when it comes to communication. So not so much business, like I'm not trying to only communicate when it comes to money, but I really try to communicate when it makes sense. Networking, helping people connect to each other, however that helps them, it doesn't matter. It's just really making those guided steps to doing that. But then in the 11th house is humanitarian efforts, your beliefs, your community. So that's where it's going to be playing out is the guidance for you, Gemini, for 2026 is really to explore your community. Get out there. Let's see what the tarot cards have to say for this. I'm going to get a tarot card to see how we can work with these energies in real life. Now that we know what the current theme is going to be for 2026. Okay, one tarot card for Geminis for guidance. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Card that came out. 6 of Cups. Okay. So the first thing when I thought with that is like, you already know your people. You have your people. I'm really feeling with that. Like the first word that came out that was on there that I saw was like reconciliation, but this really makes me feel like not family, but it made me think of a like school reunion. I don't know why. That was the first thing is like yeah, like I'm wondering now why this is. I don't know if that might be something that's happening for a Gemini that's tapping in, that maybe you have a school reunion that's happening next year. So I guess what year of 2006? 2006? Your 20 year high school reunion's coming up. But anyways, like, so I feel like this is like telling us that you're going to be able to reconnect with people that you have known in the past. Childhood is showing up on there. That you're going to be able to connect doing, even kind of like doing those things that you loved as a child. But knowing that there are people that maybe they weren't your friend. Maybe they weren't your friend back in the day. Maybe when you're back when you were younger, maybe you weren't close friends with them, or you guys have grown apart so much. But this is like saying that you have a community. It may not be your community that you're with all the time. It may be community that you haven't visited in a long time, but there's something here showing that you're going to be able to network with those people. I kind of feel like, yeah, school reunion is the first thing that came to my mind. So be on the lookout for that, maybe an opportunity for you to show that you've like kind of reinvented yourself, or that you've always been that same person and they might have grown and changed. So yeah, that is the message for you, Gemini. 6 of Cups was your tarot card for the year of 2026, to work through the energies of Mercury, Capricorn, and 11th house. Okay, that was the reading for Gemini. If you're just now tuning in, hi, my name is Daniela. I am doing readings for all zodiac signs. And I just did Gemini. So let me put all these cards back. Okay. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in. Alrighty, so let me get the dice. We're gonna roll these dice again. I have a couple different sets here. Got this one here. The single one I am rolling to get the zodiac sign. So who do we got next? Let's go ahead. Libra. Okay, Libra, you are next. Okay, let me just type this in here. Libra. All right, cool. So if you're just now tuning in, hi, my name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I am doing cosmic casting. That is where I throw the Zodiac, planet, and house dice, and that will tell us the situations, the feelings, and what area in our life this is going to be playing out in. So this is for the year of 2026. I am looking at the predictions using dice and tarot. And we're going to be looking at the themes and the shifts and the signals and kind of just knowing kind of what to look out for. Of course, this is not a rigid prediction. This is not fixed fate. This is just awareness, an understanding of the currents that you can move, so you can move with clarity and intention for 2026. All right, Libra, we're going to go ahead and roll the dice for you. Okay. We have Jupiter, we have Leo, and we have 6th house. Okay. So, first thing I'm thinking, just by looking at these, well, of course we have expansion with our Jupiter energy there. Expansion, I believe, like learning new things. And then with Leo, that's that fire energy, being able to shine, being able to make things happen. That's drive, that's passion. And then the house that we have it in is the 6th house. So that's like the work that you're going to be doing. That is what you are going to make happen. So let's see what we have here in the cards. The first one we have is Jupiter. Abundance. Jupiter. We have those grapes there. I'm thinking like you see this like cornucopia here of like you have a huge plate, but like tons of food, like tons of options, tons of things to eat from, tons of things that you can go for. I'm feeling. So Jupiter energy, grow, expand. Okay. So then we're going to look at the next one. That was Leo. Leo that rolled out. Leo, that is fire energy. Let's see what the cards have to say for Leo. We have Leo. Leo. Shine. Shine on, you crazy diamond. Look at that lion roaring, okay? Like, I feel like full throttle. Like, I'm imagining like a spaceship going into Jupiter with all that fire energy behind them. And they're just like going for it. They're going to shine. They're going to go towards the sun. They're going to go for their goals. Yes. And the words on this card, Leo, letting your light shine. I'm reading for Libra, but the card is Leo, self-confidence, loyalty, creativity. So it's like really the situation being Jupiter. Yes, we're going to expand for it. We're going to shoot for the stars and land on the moon, but no, we're going to land on Jupiter. It's even further away, and we're going to fly high. Because your loyalty here, I feel, is your loyalty is to yourself, to really show yourself that you're able to go as high, really accomplish all the things that you're about and all the things that you're going to do. Like, that's the whole theme for next year, is how you're going to sustainably get there. How is it going to work out? So 6th house, sustainability. And then the last one we have, I also have 6th house in this one. Establishing foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. So, first thing that came to my mind with this one here is like slow and steady wins the race. You know that saying, Libra, is this theme for 2026 is really just expanding on all of the ideas, all of the things that you have going for you, how you're going to grow. I think you're probably even planning out things that you need to learn to be able to accomplish all of the goals that you have for next year. But you're really focusing on one task at a time to make sure that you really shine in that, like, because I really feel like that's going to help you with that confidence. So the way that we read these is like Jupiter is going to be our situation. Our situation is expansion. Our situation is going for abundance, and the feelings behind it is confidence, shining, being loyal, just doing it. The words for Leo is I will. And the tarot card that's associated with that is the strength card. So like that's your whole theme this year for 2026. Libra is going for. And what area in our life is it playing out in? In the 6th house. So this is like our stability, our foundation, our daily life. So this is something that you're going to be working on every day. I kind of feel like you I kind of feel like the energy for next year is like really kind of like even being like the drill sergeant of your life, knowing that, okay, I have to do this every day. I have my routine. I have my stuff that I'm going to be doing every day. Like I don't see Capricorn listed here, but that's what I'm getting with the 6th house. 6th house is showing that there, okay? And that's like Virgo energy, the earth energy. So it's just another form of stability that is appearing here. Yeah, but this is really like, how are we going to go about what it is that we need to grow? The feeling is just confidence. And the only way to really cultivate confidence is by practicing it daily. That's 6th house energy. Practicing it daily, working on it daily, working on self-improvement every day. Yeah, we're going to look at a tarot card and see how we can use tarot to work with those energies that we have in your cosmic current prediction for next year. Okay, tarot card for Libra for 2026. Okay, what card flew out? Where we got? Here, okay, here we go. King of Cups. Empathetic, warm-hearted, charismatic, intuitive. Okay, so that I'm feeling that right there, Libra, is emotional investment, emotional stability, adapting that that strength, that Emperor energy, because Aries card is Emperor. Leo is a strength card, so I'm just feeling fire, 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 but emotional fire with the Cups card. So how are you going to get there? I feel like the guidance here is to be not so hard on yourself emotionally, to really embody that King of Cups energy, to be really warm-hearted, to shine inside and out, because we have, you know, Leo card telling us to shine, and then the King of Cups together like that. So yeah, the message for you, Leo, or Libra, sorry, is for next year, how are you going to expand? How are you going to grow? You're going to do it daily. The king doesn't have days off. The king is always the king. The king always has to deal with his emotions. He always has to deal with his intellect. He has people that help him and work with him. But the king, I see as someone who is always learning, always expanding, always growing his empire. But in this case, it's your own personal empire, your own kingdom within, that you're working on growing that daily, being emotionally stronger, being more intelligent, being more disciplined, rigid. Like I said at the very beginning, before even looking at these, is like you're your own drill sergeant for next year. That you are doing whatever it takes for sustainability, for structure, for balance. That's you, Libra energy, balance. So the guidance is work on your foundation, do the tasks that you need to do every day, and don't be hard on yourself. Because I kind of feel like when you are in a mind state of being too hard on yourself, that people feel that, and you can also feel other people's emotions around you. So just work on having that attitude of gratitude as you are learning and working on everything, and continue to shine, because that's your energy for next year. That adopting that lion energy. Okay, that was it for you, Libra. Cool. Thank you so much, everyone. We have gone through 5 of the signs now, so we still got a few more to go. All right, we are doing predictions for 2026. What we are doing is I am rolling the dice, and that is what I call it, my cosmic casting. So let me get this set up, and I will get ready to do the next one. Here are my dice. Here's my last one. Okay, so hello everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Daniela. I am Purple Star Tarot. I am your cosmic cleric and your dice diviner for this reading. I'm doing 2026 zodiac predictions using dice and tarot cards. So I'm going to be looking at the signals, shifts, and predictions and themes for the year ahead. And I'm going to be exploring the currents. The way that this reading works is that I use tarot card to back up what I roll in my dice. So I will go ahead and roll the dice and see who the next zodiac sign is. We have Leo. Okay, Leo, you are next. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I am your cosmic cleric and dice diviner. And what I am doing is I am doing a cosmic casting, which is going to give us the currents for 2026. And this is not a fixed fate or rigid prediction. Think of this more as awareness, understanding what these currents are so we can move with clarity and intention in the new year. All right, so Leo, you are up next. I will go ahead and roll the dice, and I will explain it all for you. Oh, one went away. What do we got? Okay. Okay. Leo, this is what we got. We got Neptune. We have Leo, we have your sign. And we have the 9th house. Okay. So, intuitively just looking at that, I feel like this is a time that you're going to be like what is the word I'm looking for? Expanding your vision, living out your vision, shining through your vision, and exploring it, just going for it. Yeah, that is the message for you, Leo, for this coming year. Let's look at the cards. So the first one we have is Neptune. Neptune, the word on there is vision. Okay, so Neptune is a visionary. Whenever I think of Neptune, I always think of Little Mermaid. Her dad has that trident. Okay. The words on this one for Neptune: dream and transcend. Okay, that's our Neptune energy. Okay, and then we have Leo, which we were just looking at Leo cards at the last reading. Leo, that's you, the lion, shine, and the words on this Leo card: self-confidence, loyalty, creativity. Okay, and then we have the house. The house is going to tell us what area in our life this is playing out in. So for the house you have is the 9th house. 9th house, I think, Sagittarius, and that is exploration, spiritual growth, um, going on adventures. So here we have ninth house, exploration. Okay. Spiritual growth. Okay. Um, so I feel like this message for you, Leo, for 2026 is that you have your dreams. This message sounds very similar to the one I had for Sagittarius. So like I said, these are for Sun, Moon, Rising. So take this as it resonates. But um, you might also want to look at your Sagittarius reading, or maybe even look at where the ninth house is in your own personal birth chart. If you're tuning into this, Leo. So the message we have here: dream and transcend as our situation. Feelings or emotions behind it is self-confidence, creativity, shining, being the face, going out and doing it, your fiery energy. And then ninth house is spiritual growth, exploration. So I kind of feel like this is saying for you, Leo, is that for this 2026, that you're probably gonna do some traveling. Or if you're not thinking about that, like traveling might do you some good actually. Because it's like when we are traveling and actually transcending space and time, that's where we see magic happens. Things line up in miraculous ways. And I kind of feel like that's going to give you that time to shine, that time to actually I kind of feel like hands-on training, like on-the-job training. It's like, yeah, you can go be in class and learn how to do a thing for so long, but it's not until you actually are doing the labs and getting first life experience, like actually doing it in a real world, that you're not able to take it in the same way. So I feel like that is guidance for you for this coming year, is really to understand what your dreams are, understand what your vision is, understand like what your purpose is. Like really feeling like this is like tapping back into what it is that you believe at a core level and how you're acting on that and shining through that. So that's the message there. I'm gonna also look at tarot cards and see what we have for you, Leo, for 2026 that will help us work with these energies in real life. Okay, 2026 card for Leo. Okay, you got Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. So that's your message for this year is plant your seeds. Plant your seeds. Watch your growth. Watch your success. Because you have goals. The words on here: success, potential, and goals. This is your time to make it happen. 2026, that's your message for you. For Leo, is you are going to go with the flow. Listen to the signs that you're on your path. You are. Look, I'm just really thinking like vacation, a road trip or something, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, take that as it resonates. But that's the message for you, is that you're going to be able to see how far you can go. So maybe you might not be traveling like physically traveling, but like seeing how far you can go like spiritually or creatively. Yeah, because it's like really taking that time to express yourself, because that's what Leo energy is all about, is being out there. I'm thinking like the limelight. I was listening to Rush the other day, I think. Yeah, so step into the limelight. Step into your role, organizing and being able to see your dreams, see your vision, see the big picture vision that you are building upon, and then knowing that it's going to help with your spiritual growth. It's so, but I feel like this is gonna like I feel like the Leo that's tuning into this is like probably someone who's like been doing a job that's not really fulfilling to them, and they are going to be able to take some time off of work to actually go and explore what other things are going on in the world, what other things that they can be part of, other things that really speak to your soul, you know. And then once you're able to do that, you're going to be able to see where there's opportunities of, hey, I have these skills, I've learned these skills in my tech job, now I can apply them to networking or doing some kind of visioning. I'm really thinking now like, or like project manager. Maybe I'm speaking to a project manager. It's like maybe you have your project manager skills in the job that you've been doing for so long, but like now it's like this is the time that you can see how you can contribute to a bigger picture thing, a bigger dream that you've always thought, oh, I wish I could do this, but that's ridiculous, or something. Someone told you that it's not feasible, but now you're able to see how you can tie in the two worlds, how you're able to explore what your passions are, and then really bring it back home. And it's kind of like some people are like, oh, I'll go out and do this thing once I get to this point, or once I've healed so much, then I can go do this spiritual stuff. But it's just like saying the two are going to happen at the same time, simultaneously. Like once you've really discovered what it is that you need healing for, that you're going to be able to then understand how you can turn that around and use your gifts to be able to plant the seeds that is necessary to help in a big way and to shine in a big way. I'm thinking snowball, but more of a fireball. Imagine if snow is fire, okay, and it's like the snowball effect, but with fire, a momentum. That is just going to keep growing. It's just going to keep growing, and you're going to be able to clearly see how your vision is something that you can work towards, how you're able to bring stability to this passionate idea that you have. Yeah, that's the message for you, Leo. And for 2026, the message is planting your seeds when it comes to your passion, taking some time to go on adventures. And once you do more of what it is that your heart is calling for, that your confidence is going to build, and you're going to be able to further navigate this next year. So that is what's coming up for you, Leo. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. I am currently live. I'm going to cut this video down into individual zodiac signs later. So if you are just now tuning in, I've already gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the signs, so we have 6 more to go. All right, awesome, cool. Okay, this is Danielle with Purple Star Tarot. I am doing cosmic casting here to explore the 2026 currents. What I am doing is I'm using claromancy to get divination information through dice. This is something that's been practiced for centuries to be able to interpret chance, choice, the will of the cosmos. So nothing that we're doing is fixed fate or rigid predictions. I'm not casting spells here. All I am doing is looking at the awareness up to what the currents of the upcoming year can be, so you can move with clarity and intention for the year. So I'm going to roll this cosmic dice to reveal what the zodiac sign is I'm going to read for, and then I will roll 3 dice that will give us information of the actual currents that you're going to be rolling through next year, and then I'll also pull a tarot card. Okay, so let's see who we have going up next. We've already done Scorpio. Who's that? We've already did Aquarius. We've already did Leo. Okay, who else we got? Who'd that land on? Let's roll it here. Taurus, you're next, Taurus. Right, Taurus. All right, hi everyone. This is Danielle with Purple Star Tarot. I am doing some cosmic casting tonight. This is to explore the 2026 currents, and I will get predictions of what we're going to be rolling through next year in 2026. All right, so let's go ahead and get the dice. We're going to be rolling for Taurus now. All right, first one you have is Uranus. That is exploring new frontiers. I always remember that because that makes me think of Star Trek, and that looks like a spaceship. And what do? They go on to the next frontier, to new frontiers. I forgot what the whole damn saying is, but whatever. Then we have Virgo energy. Okay, so we got stability, doing something boldly, going boldly where no one has gone before, in the second house. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and get the cards out for Taurus. We're going to be looking at these astrology cards that I have. I have two different decks. One of them is called Star Codes, I believe, and then the other one is called just like astrology cards. So, first one I said we got is Uranus. Okay, so in this deck, the word on there is change. Changes, big changes happen, big, like I said, frontiers, new frontiers you're exploring, big new things that are happening for you in the year of 2026. And the words on this deck, radically change. Big changes happening for you in the year of 2026. But don't be afraid of change. What they say, the only constant that we have in life is change. And this is a change that is going to be, how are we feeling about it? This is a change for stability. So I kind of feel that, Taurus, maybe this 2025 has been a little bumpy of a road for you. It's been a little chaotic, unstable. But it's all good because next year is all about stability. We're building towards stability in your second house. So heck yeah, I'm glad to see that for you, Taurus. If there's a Taurus watching this video, feel free to comment. Let me know how this is. Save this video for later, and then let me know later like how this is panning out for you. But here we go. The second one we have is Virgo. Let me get the Virgo cards out. So the way that I read the cards and the dice is that the situation that comes out is going to be represented in the planet. So the planet that came out for you is Uranus, and that's all about changes, big changes, new frontiers, new change, like exciting new changes for you. So I'm happy for you with that. But Virgo, okay, what we have here, the Virgo card, it says digest. And with those those grains, that really just makes me feel like, okay, the first thing I thought, okay, like if you're like gluten intolerance is like, that may be hard to digest, okay? But also making me feel like this is like your harvest, harvesting, but also Virgo is known for analyzing, so how you digest things, how you intake things, how you, I kind of feel like that the change might seem hard, might seem like a hard task for you, but with Virgo being an earth sign, I'm feeling like this is going to be a stable change for you. So yes, it's going to be hard, but it's going to help you lighten. The words on this Virgo card are integrity, reverence, and service. Okay. So with that together, Uranus and Virgo energies, that big changes are happening, but it's going to be hard, but it's helping you for stability. Okay. And then the last one that we have is going to be in what house? And the house, like, this is your house, actually, Taurus, the second house. The second house is all about resources, and it's your money, your, the words on here. Okay, we have this one, resources. And I'm even seeing like that arrow shooting through it with flowers on the end. Like, I feel like this is like more of that like Sagittarian energy of like shooting for it, going for it. Okay, and then we have second house here. The words on there are material values, self-worth, possessions, physical security. So this is great. This is great for you, Taurus. I'm really happy to see this. I feel like with some of the Taurus readings that I've done in the last like a couple weeks, it's been that energy of you know what you need to do, but it's hard to do it because it's easy to get comfortable in the situation that you've been in. But this is telling us that there's going to be a big change. Like if you've been in that situation, like the Tauruses I've been reading for, is change is here. Change is going to happen whether you like it or not. And if you look at my cosmic casting that I just did for this year, for this week, that the message is, yeah, change is going to happen whether or not like you want it to, but it's how you receive it is what matters. So the message here is for 2026 Taurus that there is going to be big changes coming up, but this is all changes for your stability. This is what maybe you've been having issues trying to get a job. Maybe you've been having issues with housing. Anything like that, it's turning this year. Stability is showing in Virgo energy. And then second house, that is your physical security. So your safety is coming in 2026. So I feel like the message for you is really just get ready for the change. Get ready to receive. Because what Virgo energy, one of these, I'm feeling like with this energy here is like being able to receive the help, receive the messages, receive the guidance. Taurus, that's you as well, receptive energy, feminine energy. Like with that, it's like being able to receive the help. I kind of feel like there are, okay, the first thing I want to say is like help comes to those who first help themselves. So yes, you have to make the effort to work towards that stability, which I feel like you have been, but with the last few readings that I've had, like go check those out. I feel like it's been like an uphill battle kind of thing. Like you've been trying to help yourself and then it wasn't working. So then it went to like, I just feel secure in what I'm handed right now. But this is telling you to be prepared for next year, that the cosmic currents for you are Uranus, which is radical change, big changes happening. We have integrity, reverence, service. Yes, you're gonna have to do some work for it. In order to actually reap your harvest, you have to plant the seeds. So like you're gonna have to do some work for stability to actually make it happen. But this is the area of life that it's going to be working out in is your material values, your resources. So that's great. I feel like this is a positive change for you. I mean, if things have been going well for you, I'd say continue to do the work it takes to stay with that. But for those that you've been having kind of feeling down on your luck, that 2026 is your year. Okay, let me look at a tarot card and see if we can get some additional guidance on how to work with these energies in real life for next year. For Taurus, let me go ahead and shuffle the deck one time here. All right, card for Taurus. Okay, let's see. Card come out for Taurus. There we go. Card we got is the Devil. Okay. So with that, I feel like that just goes back to the message that I've been saying, Taurus, in the last few readings I've done for you is don't don't lean too much into comfort. I have a Taurus moon, so I know what that feeling is like. You know, okay, I want to be comfortable. I'm gonna nurture into the point that the nurturing is not good. You know, don't do that. So the message, like, and this is Capricorn a related card too. So this is the guidance here is really work on your drive, your ambition, knowing that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Don't spend too much time, you know, scrolling, feeling sorry for yourself. That's not going to help. That's not going to change. The change comes to those who want change to happen. So whatever you're making effort towards, that's going to be the change that you're going to get. So I'm like, with the equal and opposite reaction. My mind's blanking on the quote right now, but you know, the effort that you put in is the effort that you're going to get. So if you are working hard on radical change, if you're not doing any work for the change, you're going to be going downhill. If you're working hard for the change, you're going to be going uphill. And the devil is here to remind you that don't fear change. Know that you can find stability in the changes that you have to make. You need to have so we have earth energy, two earth energies backing each other up, is that you need to be grounded. You need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. You really need to tap into, so the card for Taurus in the tarot is the Hierophant card. So really tap into your mindset of, I know what's right, I know what's going to help me towards stability, and really work on going that direction. Don't let the devil energy tie you down, make you obsess over the wrong things, because the thing to focus on for 2026 is your physical security. So when I think of Taurus energy, though, I think of order and stability, sustainability, that groundedness. So that's the message for you, Taurus, is really just tapping into your own given energies and working with your stability and getting your ducks in a row, because change is happening, and whatever side of change you're making effort to is what you're going to get. Okay, awesome. That was a reading for Taurus. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. My name is Daniela. I am Purple Star Tarot. I am doing readings for all zodiac signs, and I'm doing predictions using dice and tarot. With the dice that I roll, I call that cosmic casting, because I am your cosmic cleric and your dice diviner. And what I will do is I roll the dice, and the dice will tell me what zodiac sign we're doing the reading for. And then the next set of dice that I roll is going to have a planet to tell us the situation. It's going to have a zodiac to tell us the feelings or emotions behind the situation. And then it's going to have the house dice that tells us what area in our life this is playing out in. So this is not a fixed fate or a rigid prediction. Think of this more as an awareness. Understanding what the currents are so you can move with clarity and intention in the next year. So let's go ahead and get started. And if you're watching this live, go ahead and stay with me for your sign. I've already gone through like 7 signs, and we have a few more to go. So next time we're rolling for, we've already done Scorpio. We've already done Aquarius. Pisces. Next reading is for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces. This reading is for you. Again, my name is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. I am doing cosmic casting for all 12 zodiac signs. We just have a few more signs left. And once I'm done with all of these, that I will be breaking these up into little individual readings, so you don't have to search around. I'll put timestamps on this one. So next reading is for Pisces. Okay, great. So I'm going to roll these dice. We have 3 dice, and they are going to tell us the situation. They're going to tell us the feelings, emotions to look at, and then we're going to see also the area in our life this is playing out in with the house. Okay. All right. Okay, so the first one we got is North Node. Then we have Libra. And then we have 12th house. Okay. So 12th house energy, that's Pisces energy. So you're going to understand that and know where that feeling is. But first, let's look at the nodes. So we have North Node and we have South Node. So the difference between those are, one of them is kind of like our reason that we're here, our purpose. That is the North Node. And then we have South Node, which is our kind of like our things that we have to learn, which some people will refer to that as our karma. So what you have is your North Node. So the situation that you have for you this 2026 Pisces is your future. Future energy, how we're going to get to the future, what your purpose is, what you're going to be working at, what you're destined to have. That's the ones on this card. Destined to have. Is that a dragon or is that a horse? I can't really tell. But it just makes me think of like next year. 2026 is the year of the horse. But this could be a dragon. I'm not sure. It looks badass, whatever it is. I think it's a dragon. But this is your future going forward. Okay, this is the situation. Is your future. So of course this comes out. And then we have Libra. So with Libra is like our relationships, our justice. Libra relates to the justice card in tarot. So I feel like there's going to be balance in next year when it comes to your future. Like you might have been in a place where you're like wondering like what does the future hold for me, and I feel like you're going to get answers this next year. With Libra coming out, your balance, as well as like I said, Libra also is our the way that we relate to people, our relationships, fairness, harmony. This card here for Libra, Libra is signified by the scales. I believe the last reading I did for Pisces also was talking about justice and scales. So here we have the words consideration, fairness, and honesty. Okay, so the future is the situation, and what we feel about it is balance, honesty. I feel like this is more of that, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, kind of like you might have been lost or confused for a while about what does the future look for me, what's going on. And you did a lot of thinking about that, and that's where we have the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of introspection, the house that we are learning about ourselves, learning about our spiritual gifts, learning about your calling, your purpose, and I feel like this that's what the energy for this next year is all about. So let me see what we have here. Last card I'm looking for is the 12th house. 11, 12, there it is. Spirituality, transcendence, karma, sacrificial service, and healing. So the last reading that also got that was Sagittarius, I believe. So you might want to watch that too. Look at your sun, moon, rising signs. Maybe also look at your Mars and your Venus. But definitely pay attention to your 12th house, Pisces, so you can understand what is in your 12th house and how you're going to be navigating through that in this next year. In 2026, the theme or the situation that we have is all about your future. That's your North Node. So looking at what your North Node placement is and how you're relating to your I kind of feel like you've been doing a lot of like soul searching, understanding what it is that you've been doing up to your point in this life and how you are going to actually pursue what you feel your purpose is. So like it's possible like you might have been someone who is very imaginative, a dreamer, a creator. Like that's what words are normally synonymous for Pisces. And it's like you you've probably been told to be practical and like, okay, you need to do something that's that you can dream, that you can actually make happen. And I feel like that the turning point for you this 2026 Pisces is that you're going to be able to actually see where there's balance and fairness in all of your creative pursuits, all of your gifts, because all of our spiritual gifts are creative, and we are co-creators with the universe, with our creator, however, we were made. That is the sign for you, is really, Pisces, is for you to believe that you can make things happen. Believe in your imagination. Yeah, the sentence that I have here for Pisces I wrote as a question is, where can I release control and trust the current? And that's all we're doing today, is we're just doing current readings for 2026. So the current is really telling us that yes, your purpose is destined. You have your destiny that is out made for you in the stars, and you're going to be able to actually live out that in this year, because that 2026 is having you look at your 12th house. This is the area of your house where you're going to be able to expand, and the words on here is transcend, heal, sacrificial service. So this is a message for you, Pisces, of 2026, is that all of these areas that you didn't know, like, that you're able to actually explore. Maybe in the past you've even thought, oh, that person's a dreamer, and like, that's not possible for me. Maybe that's something that was ingrained in you by your parents or society. But this is really telling you that you know what your purpose is, you know what you're good at, you know what your gifts are. So this 2026, this is a time for you really to find harmony in being able to do that. I feel like making the right partnerships, making the right friendships, connections, emotional investments, mental investments, because we have earth energy, or no, we've got air energy with Libra, and then we have your water energy with the 12th house here. So that's really telling us that 2026 Pisces is your time to live out those dreams, to grow spiritually, to grow soulfully. Let's see what we have as a tarot card for you, Pisces, that's going to go along with this. And this is what's going to help you actually show how we can work with these energies in real life. Okay, so we need one card here for Pisces for 2026. Okay, let's try these cards again. Oh, that one threw out. It flew out. Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. Judgment. Okay. Not judging yourself. The first word I saw is acceptance. Accepting that this is who you are. Accepting that you are a dreamer. Accepting that you are this imaginative believer of magic, of your imagination. This is the time to surrender. This is the time to break the chains from the earth that we're bound to, and really let your spirit fly. Not being afraid of judgment from the world, but really turning off the judgment to yourself. Because I feel like, just like I said in the beginning for you, Pisces, is that somewhere, society has told you, you're not supposed to do this in this world, or, oh, that's just a hobby, have fun with that maybe, but really turn off those dreams. This is telling you to turn that voice off. Turn that voice off that is telling you, because 2026, you are meant to really tap into your spirituality, tap into your gifts, really understand. Like, isn't it interesting though, like North Node, that's about your destiny. And then 12th card is about your karma. So it's like, I feel like this is like the ending. Like 12 is a number of ending, that your time is done. You're not as in like you're over with, but more like, Pisces, like your time of receiving that bad karma, like all of the things that you ignored, all your intuition you ignored, all of the gifts that you had that you ignored, all of that is over with. Okay, like you don't need to, like they say, like the best way to not get any more karma is to like not do harm. So it's like, okay, you've gotten into that state where you're looking to your future, you're not wanting to harm yourself, you're not wanting to harm the people around you, you just want love. You just want love and harmony and passion and what other words are fairness, like with judgment, justice, fairness, like all those tie in together. It's like you've done your time, and now it's time for the scales to balance out. So you don't want to be living the next 20 years of your life wondering, what if I would have gone for this? What if I would have done this or whatever? This is telling you to really do it. If your soul is calling you to do it, if you feel that you are put here on this earth to do it, do it. And if you don't know, like, okay, because like I'm saying, like you've probably been doubting your intuition for so long that maybe it's hard to really understand what it is your special callings are. So that's where you can just look at the facts. Go look at your birth chart. Contact me if you need help deciphering it. We can look at multiple different sources. And what I like to do, the same I'm doing with these cards, looking at different sources and then tying it all together, that's what I do. I see trends and see the patterns and really understand what it is that your gift is that you're to do. So Pisces, you're a dreamer, you're an artist, you have all these gifts, you're a magician, okay? Do your thing for your future. Go the path of least resistance. Go with the flow. Stay in the current. That's how you're going to work with the current. Judgment. Turn off your judgment hat. Just really accept that you are this magical, mystical person and you have great ideas and great dreams. Don't be afraid to share them. I feel like you have people that love you and accept you. If you keep people around you that are rooting for you, because that's how you're going to be able to shine. That's how you're going to be able to have balance and really listen to your call. Listen to the trumpet, really guiding you to what you should be awake to. Quit dreaming. Turn those dreams into reality, because you're destined to have those. You're destined to have that gift. You're destined to have that reality in 2026. You don't need to go another year, another cycle waiting to see, when is it my turn? When is it my time? Have all my wrongs been righted? This is the time to just live in your healing, really understand what it is that maybe has hurt, has got you into the cycle that you've been in, but that time's over. It's over, Pisces. You're ready to shine. You're ready to soar. I hope that was helpful for you, Pisces. Next, we will be doing another reading. That is the message for you, Pisces. Okay, awesome. And if you're just now tuning in, hi, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. What I am doing is I am doing 2026 predictions using astrology dice and also using tarot. So the first thing that I do is I will do my cosmic casting of just an astrology dice to see who the next reading is for. And then I will then roll all 3 of these dice, and that will tell us the situation with the planet. It'll tell us the feelings and emotions behind it with the Zodiac dice, and then we have the house dice that will tell us what area in our life this is playing out in. So I've already done several signs already. I will post this later as individual videos, so you can check those out. But for now, we will go ahead and continue. My name is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I'm going to roll the first dice. And this is not fixed fate or a rigid prediction. All this is think of it as awareness. So you can really understand what the currents are that you're going to be working with in your zodiac sign next year. And you'll be able to move with clarity and intention. Okay, let's go ahead and roll the dice. We've already done Taurus. Taurus wanted to come out again. Sagittarius, already did Sag. Cancer, you're next. The next reading is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer. Alrighty, let me get this written here. Cancer, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, y'all. My name is Danielle with Purple Star Tarot. The next reading I am going to do is for Cancer. Awesome. Okay, so I will go ahead and roll these dice and see what reading we get for you, Cancer. Okay, Cancer, you came out as your sun sign in the 7th house. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So I feel like this intuitively is telling us, Cancer, that you are... The situation that we're dealing with is going to be sun energy. The word that we have on this card is source. And sun is like that light that shines within us. How we express ourselves, how we show up in the world. And then the words on this sun card: self-express and embody truth. So that is the situation that you're dealing with for 2026. Expressing yourself, shining, being yourself, embodying truth. And then the dice that came out next is going to be the feelings behind the situation. And that's your card. That's your one, Cancer. Cancer is kind of known as the emotional. It's another water sign. We're doing another water sign back to back. And with Cancer, I feel is the word that goes with Cancer. I feel, and immersing yourself into those feelings, immersing yourself into your emotions, really being able to express your emotions. I'm feeling that's coming out here. Let's see what the other card says for Cancer. Cancer, the words on there are nurture, comfort, and protection. And that makes sense. Like Cancer, you get into your shell. And I feel like this might be a little bit of breaking out of your shell. Let's see what 7th house is. 7th house is going to tell us like what area in our life this is going to be playing out in. So it's telling us to express your emotions, express your comfort, express your care in the 7th house, which is in your relationships. So I kind of feel like this might even be saying, this kind of goes along with some of the Cancer readings I've been doing recently, is really assessing the relationships that you have around you, and do you feel safe? Do you feel safe to be able to express yourself around those people? And if not, why are you around those people? If you can't fully be yourself around those people, then it's time to kind of break ties with that. So the other card that we have here is the seventh house card. It says profound relationships, intimacy, and romantic partnerships. So I believe it was like 2 readings ago, Cancer, that the reading I did, I saw an Emperor and an Empress. So I kind of feel like you may have met your match. You may have met somebody that you think is your match, and like that's the time that you're really taking that time to assess, how do you feel around this person? I have these cards that I have, like my own personal cards, and I wrote, for Cancer, the question is, what do I need to feel emotionally secure? So yeah, this is all about feelings. Being able to express yourself and being secure and being able to express yourself in the situations that you're in. So I feel like this is, like I said, this is probably like breaking ties with people in this new year. Because I feel like there's going to be a situation where you're like going to express yourself and you're going to see, how does everybody around me take that? And if you're in a relationship, a friendship, in some kind of situation where you don't feel that you're able to fully be yourself, that's going to tell you everything you need to know. Okay, let's look at tarot cards and see what we got as a guidance for you. And this is going to just show you kind of how to work with these energies in real life. Okay, 2026 for Cancer. Okay, 4 of Pentacles. The words on there are security, stability, savings, and foundation. So that just further backs up what I already said. So if you don't feel secure in your home, if you don't feel secure in your body, if you don't feel secure in this earth vessel arena that you inhabit, change it. So with that being Pentacles, like Pentacles, that's earth energy. Okay, so this could mean your physical body. This could mean your home. This could be your environment. This is just really giving me that energy of you are not a tree. So you can move. You can leave. You don't need to stay put. You don't need to stay in. I feel like there might be a Cancer I'm talking to here that like you might have stuck it out in a friend or family dynamic just because you're nurturing, you're loving, you're caring, and you understand how the other person is in their situation and how that's kind of panned out for them. But this is really telling you that in your relationships, in your romantic partnerships, in your intimate relationships, it doesn't mean that you have to be sleeping with them for it to be intimate. In your connections you have with people, that you feel secure to be able to express yourself emotionally, that this is telling you to work towards stability. 4 being a number that makes me think of family and stability together. This is really saying that if you don't feel at home around your family, then choose your family. I know not everybody likes hearing that because, yes, we have to work things out, yes, but sometimes you have to have that distance from family to be able to actually get the strength and confidence it needs that you need to be able to be yourself fully. So this is really telling us the situation is who you are, how you express yourself. That with this message of whatever makes you stable, whatever keeps the boat afloat, whatever keeps the wheels a-turning, so you don't have to hide yourself, you don't have to hide your emotions, you don't have to if you're in a relationship and you feel like you have to tiptoe around and not tell them certain things, this is the sign for you to get out of that, because 2026 energy is all about making right relationships. So that's the message for you, Cancer. We'll go back in order here. Relationships in the 7th house. In Cancer, that's the emotions or the feelings you have, Cancer. Being able to immerse yourself. If you don't feel like you can open up your emotions to the people around you, don't keep those people around you, because you're meant to shine. You're meant to be able to express yourself fully without needing anyone else to guide you, other than the source of light that comes from within you and above you. All right, that's it for you, Cancer. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, all, for tuning in. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to drop them in the chat. I will be doing just my normal tarot readings later for everyone, probably tomorrow. But for today, I am doing the 2026 Zodiac predictions using dice and tarot. So I am looking at the 2026 currents. Again, my name is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. I am doing cosmic casting. This is something that I do weekly to get the weekly energies, but I felt called to do 2026 to get the currents for the new coming year. So I'm blending tarot with the ancient art of claromancy, which is divination through throwing dice, throwing stones, casting lots of some sort. This is something that's been practiced for centuries to interpret chance and choice, and also the will of the cosmos. So I'm going to be rolling this cosmic dice. First, I'm going to be doing one to get what the next sign is. I've already gone through almost all of the zodiac signs, but then I'm going to pull a tarot card to see how this can be applied in real life. So this is not fixed fate. This is not a rigid prediction. What this is just awareness of the energies, understanding the currents, so you can move with clarity and intention in the next year. So Again, this is Daniela, Purple Star Tarot. I am your Cosmic Cleric, your Dice Diviner, and this is a ritual broadcast for navigating the energies in the next year. So, I am live here. I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice and get the next person. We've already did Leo. Aries, you're next. Aries, you are next. Okay, awesome. Let me get this set up for Aries. Just get your name up there so we don't have to wonder who we're doing a reading for. Aries. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm going to be rolling these dice. We have 3 dice that I roll. One of them is a planet, one of them is a zodiac sign, and one is a house. The house is going to tell us what area in our life this is going to be playing out in. So let me go ahead and roll the dice for 2026 for Aries. Okay. Okay. We have Mercury. Let me bring these up there so you can see them. Okay, we got Mercury. We have Cancer energy for the feelings behind the situation. And then we have first house. So this is your house, Aries. So this is all about communicating yourself, communicating your feelings, expressing yourself. So this is very similar to the Cancer reading that we just did. So yeah, let's look here. First we have Mercury. Mercury is about your communication. That is about your messages. Mercury is the messenger. If you look at mythology, that's the one that has the wings on his feet, okay? And we have, looking at this image, that is the Caduceus. I'm probably saying that wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. That medic sign, okay? I feel like this is a situation of healing messages for Aries. Okay, so then we also have this other card. Think, learn, network, and communicate. So this is the situation for you, Aries. I honestly feel like, now just looking at that is like, I'm thinking Aries, fire energy. Aries, you probably are very passionate. You're passionate about a lot of things. And I feel like sometimes people probably take that passion for anger, maybe, or maybe they take that passion for something more stronger than what it is that you're trying to convey. Just because things are serious and you want to act on things. Like that's what Aries does. I act. So yeah, that is what we have here. Cancer, Cancer energy for Mercury. Being able to fully feel your feelings, being able to nurture your comfort, nurture your feelings, feel comfortable, feel protected in your feelings, and protected in the way that you communicate. So I feel the Aries might be tapping into this is really probably you know your network, your people know you, they know that you have a good heart, but the way that you come across your emotions and how you express yourself might be something that we're working on for this next year. Let's see what we have for the first house. So first house is your self-image. That is how you express yourself. That's how you arrive in this world. That's how you approach the life. So what we have here, first house, arrival. That immediately made me think of the circle of life from the day we arrived on this planet. That's you. That's who you've been since the beginning. From the day you arrived on this planet, that you have this fiery passion, you have these emotions, and now is like, how are we expressing that? How are we communicating it within our network? The words on this card here is our first house, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So I feel like with this, that Aries, the message is that you have your, with the Mercury being the situation, our communication, our messages, the way that you express yourself, and it coming out very protective. Okay, that's what I'm feeling, like Emperor energy for Aries, is that you are very protective, and because of that, I feel that you might, 'cause with all the Aries that I've known in my life, I'm not trying to make a stereotype, but you're very passionate, you're very protected, and because of that, it can get misconstrued outside of your network, outside of your family, outside of your people that know you, is. But this is really telling us, like, to continue to be your individual, to be yourself, because passion's what gets things going. Like, that's the drive. That's, I kind of feel like I'm thinking of like a Public Enemy, okay? Like, there's a hype man, okay? Flava Flav is the hype man, and he has the passion, he has the drive, he gets people jumping on stage, and it's like, if people are just on stage doing their thing, it would be fine. But when you add that extra element, which is what Aries is bringing to the case, is that gets people hyped up. Don't believe the hype, okay? Don't believe the hating on the hype man, okay? You have a role. You serve a purpose. The way that you approach things in your life is for a reason, and that I'm thinking of another song now. Like, it's like a song that I knew from like church. Is like, it only takes a spark to get a fire going, and you're that spark. You're that spark. You're that fire energy that gets things going. I'm gonna look at tarot cards now, just to give us like fuller message of what's going on for 2026. I'm gonna pull a card and just see how these energies are like playing out in real life for the next year. Let's see. I'm just looking to see how many I have done so far. We have 3, 6, 9, 10. I got 2 more. I have 2 more I'm going to do after this. I'll get all 12. I see a comment in the chat. What's up, Big Daryl? So I am going to do the next 2 signs, and then I'm going to be able to get this for you. Okay. So I'm just going to get this for Aries. Get this final message out here for Aries. Okay. What card came out for Aries? Okay. 6 of Pentacles. So a lot of people's messages are ending in Pentacles, so that's good. This is like talking about stability for next year, and we're in Capricorn season, so this is what we're doing. We're planning. We're looking at our head a year ahead of time to understand what energies we're working with and how we can work with them instead of against them. So this is, the words on here are give, receive, family. So I feel like this kind of goes along with the first card that I was looking at with Mercury, being able to communicate, but communicating to your people, communicating to the connections that are willing to listen to you. So I kind of feel like if you were to go like shouting out on a street corner, that's not going to be the approach maybe that is going to help your cause or whatever it is that you're championing for, being able to express your feelings. I kind of feel like this is guidance to maybe even be like in a like a support group or something, or your chosen family, or being able to be in an arena where everyone voices their piece. The reason why I say it like that is, like, in a support group, everyone's sitting in a circle, and everybody takes their turn to be able to give and receive. So it's very balanced. It's even, and it's like your chosen family. So I kind of feel like instead of you just screaming out how it is you feel, expressing yourself in the way that you have been, that is going to continue the frustration, because that's when you're like shouting on deaf ears kind of thing. So the message for you, Aries, is in 2026, find your community. Find the people that are willing to listen, that are willing to take the time. And this is also for you to really work on those skills of listening yourself. You don't want to be a person that is just speaking or waiting to speak when someone else is talking. You want to really practice on listening actively to what other people's points of view are and not just blanking out everything they're saying, just waiting for them to stop talking so you can start talking. So in a group circle, people go around a circle and they all have their time to talk. They all have their turn to listen, ask questions, or whatever the case may be with that circle. But I feel like that is really how you can practice self-expression, is by having like a torch, being able to pass the torch around. And once you understand how it is that you listen, then you also are able to share and express yourself as well. So that's the message for you, Aries, is get with people that want to listen so you're not feeling like you're wasting your breath. But people want to see you. People love your individuality. Express yourself. Be who you are. Don't be ashamed of yourself. But your confidence will build when you are with people that are accepting. Okay, that was it for you, Aries. We have 2 more to go, and I don't think I need to roll the dice for those 2 because it should be obvious who we have left. So, let's see. Capricorn. We'll do you next, Capricorn. Awesome. Okay, and if you're just now tuning in, hi, my name is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. I am doing readings for all 12 zodiac signs so we can get guidance of what is going on for next year. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. You'll be able to be notified whenever I go live again. On my normal zodiac tarot readings that I do answer questions in the lives, but I am going to get through all of these signs first before we go take any new questions from the chat. So let's go ahead with Capricorn. So again, I'll just introduce myself. My name is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. I am doing zodiac readings for all zodiac signs. These are 2026 predictions. They're not rigid predictions. It's not fixed fate. What this is more of an awareness as to what the currents are or the energies that are going in for 2026. And this will give us some clarity of how to move through the new year with intention. So what I do is I will do a cosmic casting where I roll these 3 dice. One is a zodiac sign, one is a planet, one is a house, and I will explain these as I roll them. So let's go ahead and get this for Capricorn 2026. Okay, we have a moon, we have Cancer, and then we have 8th house. Okay. So with the moon energy, Capricorn. With the moon, that is how you perceive things, your perception. That is what's happening in the dark. That is your dreams, your visions. Yes. So I feel like the Capricorn this is tapping into is that the situation is that you have a lot of dreams. You have a lot of things on your plate. You have a lot of ambition and drive to achieve a lot of things. And with the Cancer card coming out, this is like, how do you feel about that? How are you able to express your feelings? How are you able to nurture your visions? Really, okay? So with the moon, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. And then Cancer is also about nurturing, comfort, protection. So I kind of feel like this is already saying, okay, the situation being your emotional safety, because I kind of feel like with Capricorn energy is like you're not really feeling things emotionally. You're just kind of feeling things like logically, strategically, almost like a Vulcan, okay? This is really saying, okay, tap into your emotions a little bit more. How are you feeling about things? Are you tired? Are you burnout, overworking yourself? Like those are definite like Capricorn traits. So with that being said, so the feeling behind your emotional safety and security is needing comfort, needing rest, needing protection. Okay, so that's the feeling behind it. And where is it playing out? It's playing out in the 8th house. So 8th house, let's see, 8th house is, that's Scorpio. So this is going to be about like what's like hidden, what is needing a rebirth, what is needing a transformation. Also here it says 8th house is the house of mystery. Okay. Capricorn. Okay. I kind of feel like your emotions might be mysterious, honestly. But then, okay, we're also looking at this here: transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacy. So fears are feelings. So this is really what it feels like it's speaking about, is like being able to see your shadow, see what's hiding in the dark, not ignoring that. Really being able to feel your feelings. I remember writing that in a notebook a few years ago. To feel the feelings. Not work on autopilot. Don't just keep working. If you're burnt out, if you're tired, rest. Do it. That's something that I've had to tell myself as a Capricorn sun. Yes. If you're feeling burnt out, take a breather, because that's really important. Because how can you keep continuing to pour from an empty cup if you don't even realize your cup is empty? Are you hydrating? Let me drink some liquid, okay? I'm just going to do that now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. So 8th house. Look and see what's in your 8th house, Capricorn. Because that's what you need to tap into feeling. Okay, let's look at the tarot cards. Okay, Capricorn, we're going to look at a tarot card. I'm going to pull this card, and this is going to show us how we're going to work with this energy in our real lives for 2026. But yeah, this is transforming how you feel. I kind of feel like even like this might even be like knowing that you have your gifts inside of you. You have the way that you perceive things. You have, it's kind of like transforming the way that you have seen them in the past. Like if you've been afraid to go out and do the thing, this is really telling you to go out and do it, because you're facing your fears. Eighth house, and I'm thinking now also like life path 8. So look at your life path number to really understand what fears you're up against. Your life path. Also, I'm thinking your south node. What kind of things that you have to work through in this lifetime. What you really need to feel. Don't be robotic about things. Be able to feel. And 8th house is authority, your boss mentality. That's you, Capricorn. That's your energy. So really understand what that is. Now let's see a card for you. Okay. The Chariot. The Chariot card. So Chariot is linked to Cancer, so that's why I laughed. Is like that's Cancer energy. Get in your horse and ride. Get up and get her done. The words on that is journey, success, and progress. So I'm feeling that that you need to be able to just blindly go to do the thing. Like if you have the idea that comes to your mind, trust that like an ancestor put that there. Trust that somebody is all like, hey, putting this little bug in your ear, a spirit, your team is there to guide you, that you're not going to be led down into a dark path, because you have the light of the moon. Like, even in the darkness, that you're going to have the light that is going to carry you through this next year. And full moon's going to be in Cancer soon too, so I think it's just funny because I got a Cancer full moon card up here too. Yeah, so this is really, this card is for you then. Full moon Cancer. Let your fears dissolve. You see that? Facing fears is the 8th house. Cancer energy is the Chariot. Also, Cancer is linked with the moon. So this is your reading, Capricorn, is let your fears dissolve. Being able to understand how you're going to move, how you're going to be able to go through this next year, is by listening to your inner guidance. If you're feeling a fear, lean into that. If you're like, oh, what's the word? This could like turn out really bad. Lean into it. Do it. Like, face your fears. Like, nothing in life that's worth having is going to come to you easily. So if it's hard, learn it. If you don't get the subject, take the time to write it down on a piece of paper, whatever it takes, because it's part of your destiny. It's part of the reason why you're here. Being able to face those fears. So the Chariot has your back, because you're supposed to go on this journey. You're going to see nothing but success on this journey. So keep riding that wave. In a couple of days, Capricorn, I'm going to be putting out my Capricorn poetry that I made that is just for the same message too. So I'm glad to be able to share that with you. So yes, 8th house is where everything is playing out for you in 2026, Capricorn. The feelings behind it is feeling it, nurturing yourself, take care of yourself, understanding if you are feeling burnout, fatigue. Okay? And then moon energy. Take care of your emotional needs. Don't forget that you are a human. You're not a robot. Okay? That was your message, Capricorn. Okay, so then who we got next? The last one we have is Virgo. Virgo's the last one we have. All right. I got Earth signs for last. Okay. So we did them all the other ones, right? We have Aquarius, Sag, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Leo. That's 6, 9. Taurus, Pisces, Cancer, Aries, Capricorn, Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you are up next. All right, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Danielle with Purple Star Tarot. I am doing readings for all zodiac signs, and I have gone through all of them except for the last one now is Virgo. Awesome. Okay. Virgo. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Danielle with Purple Star Tarot. I'm doing readings for all zodiac signs. This is a 2026 zodiac prediction using astrology dice, which I have here, and tarot cards. Okay. Then I also use astrology cards just to look at the imagery as well as the words, so we can use our intuition together to understand. So this reading is blending the art of tarot and the ancient art of claromancy, which is a casting of stones, divination through dice, bones, rocks, whatever it is you have. It's a practice that's been used for centuries to interpret chance, choice, and the will of the cosmos. So with our cosmic casting, what I will be doing is rolling these dice, understanding what the energies are that are going to be for Virgo for 2026, and then after that we will pull a tarot card. So what I'm doing, this is not a rigid prediction. This is not fixed fate. This is just awareness. Understanding what these currents are that are running cosmically so we can move with clarity and intention for the next year. So again, my name is Daniela of Purple Star Tarot. I am your cosmic cleric, your dice diviner, and this is a ritual broadcast for navigating the year ahead. Okay, thank you so much. I'm doing the last one now. Let me find my last dice. Okay, Virgo. This is for you, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay. All right. What we got is South Node. That is your karma planet, okay? Your lessons you have to learn in this life. And then we have Aries, your fire energy, your drive, your passion, your will to do it, your actions. And then we have 10th house. 10th house is Saturn energy. So that is your ambition, your drive. So with looking at this, Virgo, I feel that this is saying that you understand the situation of the cards that you've been dealt. And now the feeling is just further ambition and drive to make things happen. Because that's Capricorn energy. This is Aries fire energy. So it's like you understand why you're put here on this earth. You understand the lessons that you're to learn here on this earth. You're running with it. You're on fire. You're on passion to make stability happen for yourself and the people around you. So that's why I intuitively feel. I'm also going to look at the cards so we can read those together as well. And then I'll pull a tarot card. So South Node, that's our past. Past as in this whole lifetime that you've lived, the past lifetime that you've lived, the reason why you've struggled during this life. That's your past, okay? So I'm also going to look at this other deck. I have two decks I'm using to give us the information. Our North Node is our destined to have, but our South Node is our destined to release. So what things did you come on into this life with? So you can release them, so you can learn from them, so you can excel from them. It goes to the saying that I like to say is, through catastrophe, I master me. So all the hardships and things that you've had, you're destined to learn from them and release them so you can move forward. Okay, so then the feelings that we have behind this is going to be the feelings that we get from Aries fire energy. The words on this is act. Okay, so I'm acting, I'm doing, I'm taking action, taking step towards my future. I'm walking from my past, going to my future with the Aries energy of action. The words on Aries card here are independent, bravery, and passion. Okay, so then the 10th house is the area of our life this is playing out in. So this is good for you, I feel, because this is about stability. This is about authority. This is about achieving your... So the Aries and Capricorn together, those two energies, like you have horns on your head, okay? Even the sign for the North Node, it's almost like horns as well. But it's not, but it looks like it. So 10th house, authority, climbing the mountain, getting it done, just understanding what your path is, because you've already understood what our past was. You understood, because that's you, Virgo. Though I analyze, that's what Virgo does, analyze things. Okay, so you've taken the time to analyze all the hardships that you've gone through, and you're like, okay, this is not going to hold me back. I'm going to grab the life by the horns and run, because I'm going to go up that hill. Run up that hill, okay? 10th house, structure, discipline, life mission, accomplishments, and career. So I feel like this is one of those situations, Virgo, that you have looked at what your weaknesses are, look at your strengths, okay? And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to take all those weaknesses, so-called, and turn them into my strengths. So that is really you taking life by the horns, okay? And being able to climb that mountain anyways. Like I feel like that's just given you strength to be able to climb the mountain for even higher, because you've had those setbacks that have really made you examine how your magic works in this world. So with the 10th house coming out in your career, I feel that 2026 is going to be uphill greatness for you, for your career, your stability, your life, your achievements. All of that is going to play out in a positive way for you, because I think you've had like a new sense of passion, a new, maybe even a new direction of which you are working with your situation, because that's the situation. Situation is our south node, our past, our karmas, our issues that we've had to deal with. Aries is the feeling of the situation, so fiery, passionate. And the area of the life it's playing out is in your 10th house. That's your career. Okay, let's look at tarot cards and see what we have to back up with this here. All right, Virgo tarot card for 2026. Okay, that card wanted to flip. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I just thought of Martin Luther King. I have seen the mountaintop. I don't know the whole speech, but you can look it up. But this is like the top of the mountain. Pentacles is earth. 10 is the end, the accomplishment. The words on here is inheritance, family, and property. So it's like the message that we have for Virgo is that you understand the trials and tribulations that you've been through. I bet the last year has been kind of hard. A lot of learning curves, a lot of things that you've had to deal with, and really understanding that you had to redirect your energy to other arenas in your life, that you couldn't just serve and give other people, that you had to take that time to reassess and get back into yourself. So with that being said, is 10 of Pentacles is the energy for I just by looking at that, I heard that song Stand By Your Man. Who is that? Patsy Cline. But okay, whoever you are in this picture, the man, the woman, the person with your person, whoever you identify as, it doesn't matter. What this is really saying is that 10 and 10, you're able to see your vision. You're able to see your vision, and you're able to see how it works with other people, works with your partner. I feel like you're not climbing this mountain alone, that it's taken some time for you to actually find your person. If you're a single person watching in this, that I feel like with you learning from your past, you actually going through all the things that you needed to release, all of the control issues, all of the people pleasing, you are dropping that. So you can be passionately who you are without any fear, that you're working towards all of your structure, stability, discipline. That is leading you into being in a space where you are content with your family, with your friends, with your properties, with your investments. So it's like, I kind of feel like you probably were climbing that mountain already, and then something might have happened that like, it was like the final like test of like, how bad do you want this? How much are you going to stick to your guns? How much are you going to be that the victor of stability that you thrive to be? So I feel like this is saying you figured that out. You figured that out. This is what 2026 is going to be for you, is really just understanding that in the arena when it comes to your life mission, your accomplishments, your career, that you know what pivot you needed to do. You know what change needed to happen to be able to get you back on the trajectory that you were on. So something might have steered you away from that, which is fine, because that was just another thing that you needed to learn to be able to fully master this go around on Earth. So I encourage you to look at whatever is in your 10th house, so you know what energy it is that you can work with, what you can strive towards. Because like I'm thinking, like if you have, say you have Capricorn in your 10th house, then that is going to be all about, is like just doubling up on the structure and the stability and the discipline. But if in your 10th house you have Gemini, then that's going to tell you that in order to work towards your life purpose and your mission, then that would be communication. So whatever it is that's in your chart, if you have any questions on reading your chart, definitely you can contact me. But yeah, that was the reading for Virgo, is 10 of Pentacles. That's your card for this 2026. So I'm glad I was able to do these readings for y'all. That was all of the zodiac signs. So I'm going to stop this broadcast. It's been about 2 hours now, and then I will follow me. Give me a like and a share. Like and a subscribe, and you'll know when I go live next. And next time I go live, I will be doing any readings for live. But as for now, if you need a reading, you can contact me through my links on my social media. I do readings. I have my pricing and everything up on there. So thank you so much. Again, this is Daniela with Purple Star Tarot. That was your 2026 Zodiac predictions with Dice and Tarot. So thank you so much for tuning into my cosmic casting, and you have a great day. Thank you.